Hey y'all, what's happening? I don't even know what day of the coronation this is for real. Um, and I think it's Tuesday. But doing a dash yesterday um at Hooters in Portage, it brought me to start to think that, you know what, I'm about to stop doing that too. And it's just getting too it's too sticky and too close to home. But so Hooters is so most of these stores have, they either let the dashers, they have the bathrooms open, so we can wash our hands and whatnot or whatever, or they have hand sanitizer, like the Family Express gas station got hand sanitizer machines on the outside and the inside of the doors, so you can wash your hands before you leave out the door. I mean, you can sanitize your hands before you leave out the door and before you come in the door. Um, I've seen some other places too, like Myers, they're spraying down the baskets and things like that. But Hooters, they're not doing anything. Matter of fact, when I went in yesterday to pick up an order, first of all, they wouldn't give it to me because I didn't bring my phone in. And obviously, I don't know if you noticed or not, but my phone's on, it's on uh, on the dash thing. So I can't even think of the word for it right now, but it's on like a dash thing, and it has, it's on the charger, auxiliary cord, so I can talk through the Bluetooth or whatever. So it's hands free. So before I start out, for the day, getting some work in or whatever, I get my alcohol or and I sanitize it. I do the same thing when I get in the evening or when I get out of the car for the evening, because I know the only person inside here is me. But if this is an airborne disease like they're saying, and I'm taking my phone, that's something that once I'm inside, and maybe if I get a phone call or maybe I'm on the phone, whatever, it's just something that I could possibly put up to my face. Sometimes I do, you know what I mean? Or it's in my hands and then I touch my face, not thinking that, like, as crazy as Trump sound, that the invisible virus, some droplets, you just don't know. But every order has, it's, at this point, it's better to be overly cautious than not. I'm not trying to get that. I had double pneumonia. In '09, and I'm gonna tell you something. Being in the hospital for for those days wasn't fun, and not being able, barely able to breathe and whatnot, and honestly being that close to death, and I didn't even know it. I thought I had, like, a cold or a flu. Little did I know that it was double pneumonia, and that's why it was getting so hard for me to cough, and my whole body, and the chills and everything, and the fever that wouldn't break. And and I still to this day don't know if it was the swine flu, because it was during that time period. And in fact, the hospital I went to said they told me that they never tested, they wasn't going to test for it, and if it was okay with me, because the test was more expensive than the treatment. And so I went with what they said, because they're the medical professionals. And I figured, it can't hurt, right? If it works. But whatever they gave me loosened up my lungs, and I was able to breathe a couple days. And I had to check with my exes. I was like, damn, was I on a ventilator? She's like, nah, you wasn't on the ventilator. Because I couldn't, I was just so out of it at the beginning. But we can be brave and we can be all powerful and whatnot, but this shit is knocking people out of the box, and it's growing rapidly. So I think, to these restaurants, like Nick, the general manager, who said he makes the rules for Hooters, and I told him, I said, dude, I don't think that a dasher's coming here and picking up the wrong food, bro. what benefit do we have in doing that? I'm not trying to be funny, but we make pretty good money, you know. So why would they have to steal? You know, they doing pretty good, you know. I mean, they can be. You know, especially with how generous people are with the tips and whatnot, but I don't think anybody they're not stealing food per se. What I do believe though is these young people who you have working there, I believe that your people from your host stand probably gave the food to the wrong person, and I believe it only happened once. And I don't know why they would do that. Either it was a friend of theirs or they just wasn't paying any attention. And you know, nobody's gonna go to their boss and say, "Hey, I gave this person the wrong food." They're gonna blame it on something else. That's just that's just the way most people handle things. And because the day before you didn't have that rule, and I'm not interested in stealing your food. I'm not interested in being in your store. I don't even eat your food because I don't like those overbreaded wings. You know, and the sandwiches are too greasy. You know, and I think they got them naked now, but I'll go there and watch a sporting event and have a beer or two. You know, I have in the past, but yeah, I used to love Hooters wings. It's just something about them. They're not as good as they used to be. You know, probably cutting corners. Or it could be that location. I don't know, but this is not a bash on Hooters. It could be a little bit on that guy, but we're all out here trying to help people. You know, we're Dashers or other delivery people, from Grubhub to Postmates to Uber Eats. We're all out here trying to help people get food and put food on our table. You know, on our table as well, by getting paid from the orders and tips and stuff like that. Most of the people who I know that do delivery, they seem to be stand-up people. I know that a lot of times in restaurants, there's things that happen, especially when the younger people. I remember when I was younger, and people would go into a store. They had a younger friend, the friend that was working the counter, and they'll get free Big Mac or whatever. They would never get it from me because I just always had my morals and my values is like, hey, I'm not gonna get fired for giving you a hamburger. And and so I was, we had a conversation about it, but the guy didn't understand because and then, even the fact that, when I walked in, I asked, can I wash my hands? And he was like, oh, the bathroom's off to public use. And I thought to myself, dang, I get it. I understand that. But you could do like Five Guys did. And they got a male and a female bathroom, and they put not new placards, but they put some paper over it that says public employees, so that one restroom strictly for the employees and the other for the people. So anyway, I just thought I would I just think, you guys, we all need to start working together. So it's called a win-win-win situation, right? And that's what we need to do. I win, you win, and the customer, that person at home that has a little bit of more normalcy because they get to eat some comfort food that they might have ordinarily came out on, on a Monday night to eat. So it just is what it is. Get it together though. I don't think us Dashers are stealing. I know I'm not, and I don't like being accused of it. It's like, how did I show up to pick up an Andrews order at 4:30? You know what I mean? Just randomly. You know what I mean? And I just randomly have a red bag, and it just happened to be an order sitting there for him. And if I heard him tell someone that I could have saw the name on the bag from the window, and that right there pissed me off. That right there pissed me off, because now you're saying I'm a thief or possible a thief when you clearly know. And so all you had to do was ask me for the order number. I would have gladly went back to the car, looked at my phone, and got the order number. I really would have. But I wasn't taking my phone in there, and I won't. I'm waiting on an order from Buffalo Wild Wings now. They didn't ask to see my phone, and I'm probably gonna do some more orders tonight. And they're probably not gonna ask either. But I know I'm not doing that Hooters. And one person, I posted in our group, and this one person jokingly said, I think she was serious, but she really wasn't that smart. She said, well, then more orders for me. Do you realize that if I decline it and you get it, I'll just get the one that you would have got had I not declined it? I'm not losing. That's the one thing about being an independent contractor. You can pick and choose what you want to do, who you want to do business with. We don't work for DoorDash. We're independent contractors. And we have rules too. With independent contractors, we're business owners as well. So anyway, y'all, hopefully everybody's doing well in your families. I know this is getting bad. I know people that are, getting notified that they've been exposed. Thank God that most everybody is exposed, negative. And I think most people will get through this, but I tell you what, I don't want it. I've had respiratory with that double pneumonia, and that's something I want to do again. That's why I do an apple a day keeps the doctor away. At least that's what my mama said. Peace out, y'all.